Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Hearts of Iron 4, Oh Canada. And where we last left off, uh, things could be going better. At the very least, we've managed to hold on to Sicily, so that's a good thing. But we're not holding on to much else in Europe, if you can see. Germany's managed to take care of places like Denmark, France, all of France too. It doesn't look like we're getting Vichy France anytime soon. The only thing that really has survived is Switzerland, of course, because Germany doesn't have a focus to go to war with them. I'm sure if they did, they'd be part of the German Reich as right now, as well as everything else. And of course Italy, who we're fighting. We're also fighting the Soviets. So let's see if I can get a good handle on the geopolitical situation here. Let's see. Is there a good map mode to show? I mean, we can see who we're at war with and who we're allied to, which is really what I was looking for. So, blue means obviously we're allied to or we're friendly. I think actually no, it just means we're allied to because we are allied to the US. Red, let's go back to that view. Red is obviously who we're at war with. So we do have a little bit of stuff going on in Africa again, with Germany popping up there, but for the most part, we've got that continent secured. Of course, we've got the Americas, which are nice and safe, but then we take a look, and it's pretty much everyone else in the area that we're at war with. So that kind of clears things up a bit when it comes to, you know, what we're going up against. Let's go back actually just to that plain old view. For those wondering what the second nation in India is, it is of course Germany. I don't know how they got here, but they got here. That makes me nervous for for ourselves. I mean, if India can get invaded, so can Canada. Might want to move our fleets back to protecting the Atlantic from ships. Although I guess, really, they're going to hit the United Kingdom before they hit Canada. So, we should be safe. They definitely do have bombers coming in. How are we doing? 26. Almost enough to get our bombers back bombing. Jeez. That's really bad. Oh, and we've got Japan eating up the rest of the British Raj. So they're going to split it between the two of them, it looks like. And they're going to split it quite effectively between the two of them, is what it looks like as well. So, yay. Now, I did have some suggestions of adding towed anti-aircraft to our armies. They're not going to do much. I've played around with them a little bit, and they protect you from aircraft. Yeah, that's obviously clear. It's my body decided to wake up early this morning, and so I want to try out. Yeah, these are definitely Soviet bombers coming in to hit us. I want to try out some mods for Stellaris. For a future series on that. And so This is why I'm recording Hearts of Iron so early in the morning. My brain is going to take a while to shift into gear. My apologies for that. Anyway, if we can see the Axis are stacking on the border here. Yippee! The towed anti-aircraft. So what that'll do is that'll protect your armies when they're getting hit by close air support. We also have a rather nice American naval battle group showing up here. Naval battle group, yeah, that sounds right. So they will shoot down close air support planes that attack you, but they won't shoot them all down. If you get what I'm saying, it's like 1 out of 10 or something like that. I'm not really clear on the whole math of it, but basically they're not going to do anything to strategic bombers or naval strike bombers or fighters that fly over or anything like that. They're only going to hit close air support that attack us, and to be honest, I don't think we've been really hit by close air support. So I don't think it would be worth it, which is why I'm not doing it. So, artillery, I guess, would be good because we're using that. Again, production is so crappy in Canada. Partly my fault for not, building civilian factories in 36, but I've learned much since then. You gotta remember, this is I think this was like my 3rd or 4th game after having one real good game of England. So it's taking time. Regardless, we don't have the production to do it anyway, even if we wanted to. As you can see, we've got infantry equipment we need upgrading, we've got support equipment we've got trucks we need to build, we're full up on artillery, but that's going to be swapping over sooner than later. We need new tanks, we definitely need strategic bombers, and we've got losses in close air support we need to replace. We've got no way to protect our close air support because we don't have fighters, is basically it. I also, with that Mountie there, I can't really select my close air support. What I probably should do is just pull these guys off, because we're not going to be getting an offensive anytime. Look at these look at these bombers, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. At least we got the RAF coming in here and doing their job, trying their best to shoot them down, but there's so many of them, there's just not much we can do. I mean, it's the Soviet Union with bombers. We can leave you there now. We can deploy close air support vehicles if and when we get fighting. But yeah, I'm not going to add in a line of anti-aircraft guns because they're not going to do anything anywhere close to what we need when it comes to air support. But thankfully, it definitely does look like the Royal Navy or the Royal Air Force does have fighters, and they are doing their thing. It's just taking a while. On the plus side, though, as we can see, the Yanks are coming, which, it's good. We're definitely going to need them for our push into Italy, and we can see the speed at which the Red Army operates here. Yugoslavia is just collapsing in on itself, basically. There's really not much that can be done to save it from the Red Menace here. And so there's going to be nothing that we can do. I mean, they've capitulated, so yet more air bases for Soviet bombers to bomb us in Sicily. But that's okay. Well, we did have the Americans coming, but it looks like they're going to their own island. Well, their own island. France's islands. One thing I would really love in this game for organizing with your allies, because another request I've had is to please do a Normandy invasion, and I can say chances are probably pretty limited that that's going to happen. Just because when you take a look historically at Normandy, it was a combination of many armies working together to get landed on France and do their thing. I can't really work with the United Kingdom and the United States in the same way that, say, the Canadian Army was able to in actual World War II, which was basically us getting a beach assignment and us going for it. But I can't do that in this game. I can't coordinate with the United Kingdom and the United States to split this up. As you can see, I mean, we've got 4 American divisions landing here, and that's it. Well, we should have coordinated, but we can't. Anyway, we got our rocket effort done, and I think close air support might come next. A lot of people are saying, get your extra research slot, history nerd, you big idiot. I can't. I need more than 50 factories. 50. It's going to be a long time before Canada gets there. But what we certainly could do is go for secret weapons. So we'll do that. So yeah, a Normandy type invasion is really something reserved for multiplayer, because you can't coordinate with the AI well enough to get a good multi-beach landing going with many different enemies. The Siamese Empire has capitulated. That's not good. This is a mess. An absolute mess. We've pretty much lost Asia, and lost it far worse than happened historically, that's for sure. What do we got? Air support? Yeah, I'm aware that they've got, you know, the airspace on lockdown over Italy, which is unfortunate, because what we've got here is Axis fighters protecting Soviet bombers. Is really all it is. But could be worse. It looks like these guys are going for Malta, actually. Well, that's good. Or maybe even North Africa. Which makes sense. I mean, maybe we should send the Canadians back to Africa. Because we've got... I mean, we wouldn't be able to hold Sicily if we sent our boys back to Africa. But we would be able to kick the Germans out of Africa. One would assume. And it certainly does look like this is where most of the Allies are going. As you can see, arriving piecemeal, one by one. So I don't know, I want to hold on to our island here. Not that we've gotten much out of it. I think we got a naval yard, and that's it. Which is really only building convoys at the moment. We could probably swap that over, maybe back to destroyers. Though at this stage, we're kind of behind on destroyer tech. Canada, not a nation, or not as easy as I thought it would be. At the very least, we are getting proper tank sizes coming together, which is good. But without, like I say, without being able to properly coordinate with the Allies, any good solid push is going to be out. I guess if we came down here, we wouldn't be fighting in too much crap. I just don't like fighting in Africa. It's not good for the health of your divisions. Speaking of, We got 2 more Marine units coming along. Have we got any more for the Vandus over here? We do. Here we go. Alright. Well, at least the Vandus are getting built up slightly. With that, once they get to full strength, which is a while out, we'd have 2 divisions to push into Italy with, which might not be a bad thing. We could do a naval invasion of Taranto up here, and then push with the Royal Canadians across from Sicily. That might be our best bet. To get into Italy anyway. And then what we'd want to do, we'd want to be very careful with the borders that we set. We don't want to share a border with the Soviet Union. But if we went as far as Venice, here I am, one freaking corps planning what we're going to do once we get to Venice. That's ridiculous. We got to get off Sicily first. Anyway, yeah, look at that. There's the RAF doing some shooting. Close air support. Where do they have their fighters based? We got a few fighters up there, but certainly not enough. Or not many. Yeah, that's just bases in low supply. That is a concern. But I think we've got supply all right for Sicily. We're right at the ragged edge. Well, once these get repaired, which is ridiculous to be continually doing, we're going to be on repair jobs forever. But once we get that done, we might look at building up a naval base, or oof, maybe even bite the bullet and do some in-place anti-air guns to at least limit the effectiveness of the bombing that's occurring. This is weird. What is the AI doing? It's like all these armies come through Africa, but they don't stay in Africa. Denmark's capitulated. They lasted quite a while. Well done, Denmark. Poor Finland and Sweden and Norway. They're holding the line, but they're not going to be holding it for long. Alright, well, as you can tell, it's just going to be building up. I'm going to be back when something exciting happens. See you guys in a bit. Well, the Battle of Britain certainly looks like it's in full swing. We got a few fighters and many German bombers coming in to bomb the UK, which is not all that great. Speaking of not all that great, the Raj has capitulated. The Vandus are looking slightly above 50% strength, so that's good news. We're getting the Marines coming along quickly enough. You can see South Africa is probably going to be falling sooner than later, which, you know, it's not all that great. But the nice thing is, they will be pretty limited to the amount of ports that they're able to use. They'll have 3 obviously down here, and then another 2 here, but that's just it. That's 5 ports that will be sending supplies and material into this entire front for the Axis. So, theoretically anyway, it should be relatively easy to strangle them off. In fact, with 2 different corps, we might be able to do it even quicker if we land one of them here and take these 2 ports quickly enough, and then land down here and take those. Of course, the situation is always changing, and they have armies running around where really we as the Allies don't have much. Even Venezuela's come along to help out in the fight in Africa. But, you know, our troop count is getting larger with the US on our side. The question is now, where are we going to land? Where's going to be the big Allied push? And I don't know, and I won't know until I see it happen, which is unfortunate. We got medium and heavy bombers coming in to hit Sicily, I would imagine. Cause more damage that we'll have to repair. We certainly don't have the industry to repair. Oh, it looks like we do have a civilian factory on Sicily. Oh, and more damage caused. Boo. That is just right destroyed, isn't it? What to do, what to do. Because, I mean, I don't want to give up in Sicily. But I don't know if it's worth holding it. You know what I mean? Like at this stage, maybe we should just leave it and go back to Africa. I don't want to do that. It's good having this. We need to use it effectively. Though now, I mean, Sicily's been so bombed. We're running into supply issues. Oh, Greece. Will we be able to assist Greece without having a border with the Soviet Union? Doesn't look like it. But maybe we should. The moment I move those guys... well, unless those destroyers do actually block that landing from happening. In which case... well, we'd really want to just defend Greece. We wouldn't really want to push too far, because again, we push far enough, in some cases not far at all, and we're at war with a border with the Soviets. Which isn't good. We gotta do something, though. Because... I still think I gotta figure out what my allies are doing. Good, I'm glad we called the Greeks into the Soviet-Romanian War. It's precisely what they need to help them survive. There's just no way. There's no way to stop that. Poor Scandinavia. Well... we're almost on the advanced computing machine, which means we'll be able to get encryption and decryption and give us a slight little boost to fighting. Momentarily, anyway. Or... should we start with the rockets? I don't think we should start with the rockets yet. Let's go encryption, decryption. The nice thing is, once we swap over into the jet aircraft, we can swap our close air support over to jet fighters and have some kind of bomber defense eventually built up. But it is going to be a little while before that happens. So, you know, that's a thing. We'll also have to make sure that we get close air support 3 before going that route. But like I say, it is going to take a while. And then how long is that going to? 124 days. That might be worth it. Get some strategic bomber level 3 up. And speaking of, 45 strategic bombers. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. We need like 10 times that to effectively have a bomber squadron that would be worth deploying anyway. And then we can just start hitting Germany proper. Although maybe it would be better to carpet bomb France. No, I think Germany proper would be the best bet. The People's Republic of China has capitulated. So that, I mean, that is interesting. The Japanese were at war with the communists in China, and the Soviet Union turned a blind eye to it and said, hey, that's not a problem. Don't worry, Japan. You can have China. Got our submarine efforts done. What's next up? I think we'll go with destroyer effort. Yeah, get some research on those bad boys, because we are a bit behind, although our Navy isn't proving to be as valuable as I thought it would be. Of course, I don't know how things are going in the Atlantic, but we don't seem to be losing anybody. When did Germany get Iceland? I guess when Denmark capitulated. Well, crap. We should probably retake Iceland. There's job number 1 for the Vandus. I don't know if we need more enemy territory occupied, but I guess we could train up some more RCMP units and have them chill out on Iceland for the rest of the war. That might not be a bad idea. Manpower-wise, it might be a bad idea. We'll have to wait on that. How are things going in Greece? Are you guys holding out? Probably not, eh? Yeah. Little bits of Yugoslavia remaining. Greece is making good headway into Albania, but that's going to stop shortly. Well, time keeps ticking. There are plans, there are chances for this to get turned around. But with Sicily being so bombed to garbage now, just repeatedly repair. We need those Soviet bombers to start bombing something else. Yeah, we might as well get decryption as well. But I'm not holding my breath. I don't think they're going to be bombing anything else anytime soon. With repairs on Sicily taking, you know, basic precedent of all of our factories, it's not good. I don't think we need nuclear research. Boost our industry. as best we can. Jeez, this world, this is the darkest timeline. That's for sure. We're running low on manpower. At least we got a lot of these units training. So we'll get the Vandus almost up to strength pretty quickly. And then with 2 cores, like I say, we might be able to pull off a landing up in Taranto and sort of secure off the boot. And have the front line to defend it divided between the two. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever happens, we can't fight that. So we're gonna have to be picky about where our borders wind up. And is there any hope of you guys fighting each other? No national focus, diversify the program. Probably nothing. Way over here, yeah, so you're working on building yourself up. But yeah, there's no guarantee that these two guys are going to wind up fighting. Which is, I mean, that's what we need. We need those two to go to war before we get a good push going. Looks like we got some Yugoslavian units showing up here. Again, unfortunately, we're taking attrition damage while being bombed. Oh, this is just not good. Alright, well, I'm going to leave the episode here for today, and we'll get back at it soon enough. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed today's video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.